Yo,
Long break week. It's been a long break
yeah,
week.
it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
And we're
What?
getting into another one. Okay.
Oh yeah. Today's what? January 18th. This is a Sunday. Me and my boy Roy are recording. It's this MLK weekend for all those out there. But yeah, we've been on hiatus for about like three. Not hiatus. We've been on break for like 3 weeks. This is the first chapter of the new year.
But
First chapter.
here's a
Oh, I thought the chapter was good, man. I really enjoyed it. I think that this chapter is, it's a nice little teaser, nice little warm. I'm happy that we're out of the flashback.
yeah. I'm excited. I feel like overall this chapter is what I feel like everyone expected. Gosh, I'm just sad that we're out of the flashback. I'm so
Yeah,
sad. There's so much more I need. And I guess Oda's just gonna be like, well, you're gonna find that out in Shank's flashback, which is gonna be for what, in another 5 years. So
we'll see what happens in the next 30 chapters. Marge made a video about, oh, the climax of a story is usually only over in the next. Okay, we'll see what happens. Elbaf is going to end the next 30. I was like, okay, sure. We'll see what happens in the next 30 chapters, buddy. But okay, we're back. Chapter 1171, Ragnir. Chapter opens up, and it's Gabon in the castle talking about how he had a vision. Plain as day, terrible of Harold venturing forth from the castle and laying waste into the world until it was nothing but ruins. He said it's hard to imagine, with the way his wounds healed themselves, that there was actually a means to stop him, right?
yep.
When I first read this, I was like, is he actually talking about Harold? Because Harold never left the castle. The only ancient giant that leaves the castle is Loki.
Mm.
Like, Gabon seeing things, or what kind of vision did he have?
I think that's like one thing. I feel like he is talking about Hero. I think he was having because from what we've seen, he has some very advanced future sight. So,
Gabon, yeah.
um, I think that's one thing, and I want to talk about it later because I feel like it has something to do with, in my opinion, something that happens later, like the way they look at Loki later on. But yeah,
Okay.
I definitely think he was seeing a vision of what Harold could be, which again, this is another example of them like Harold had to have been stronger than Whitebeard at this point? Question mark.
Ain't no question mark about
Like,
that. What?
I'm just saying, like,
Rocks, the rock, dude. The only person who contested with rocks was Harold, and even on God Valley, Whitebeard tried to, but he's not on the level of Harold.
that's what I'm saying. Like Harold. See, this is the thing, right? This is the power scaling issue right now, right? Loki beats Harold, which this Harold stopped himself. Okay, it wasn't like him going 100% at Loki. So
No, no, no. That's fair to say. Loki defeated Harold. He had a whole bunch of, in context, he needed like three things. He needed Ragnar. He needed Devil Fruit as well. But he did defeat Harold. That's what happened. He's dead.
So that's what I'm saying. I think some fraud allegations are on our boy Shanks, because from what we learn later on, I don't
Yeah.
think Shanks did
Hey,
the deed. I don't think Shanks laid his paws on
hey,
Loki. I'm be honest. I don't think he really did it.
hey, hey. So they're in the throne room. They're just talking about I think it's Chief Jarl, and they're like, man, they're all basically gushing over the Elbaf's legendary Devil Fruit. And they're like, man, like, did it really have that much power? And they're like, yeah, man, like that Devil Fruit that Loki ate was pretty crazy, pretty crazy. And then we see a flashback of Shanks, and Shanks' arm starts going haywire. I guess Emu is trying to control him with that covenant mark that he has, which is actually really crazy because Shanks is nowhere near the throne room. Like, I think in Elbaf during this flashback, Shanks has said like, "Oh, if you have this abyss mark, if you're in range, Emo can control you." That's still kind of ridiculous that Shanks is all the way here in Elbaf. He's Loki being controlled or whatever. Crazy.
I think that's. I feel like what Emo says later on. I want to come back to that because I definitely think it's more so Shanks like based off of how that flashback of like his dad, like, oh, you were treated so bad down there, I'll give you whatever you want, right? And he's thinking about Harold and how Harold was gonna bring in a new age for Elbaf, and now like he's dead. I feel like he's just angry, like he wants to rip off his arm in that instance.
Mm.
Um, which I guess that's foreshadowing what eventually happens, but um, he definitely seems very agitated with it all, and I think that plays a role into later in the chapter. At least some theories I have.
Yeah, because on the next page, it's Gabon trying to console Shanks, basically saying like, hey, don't be upset about your birth. Like, everyone has a role to play. Everyone's life has meaning. And then we see Loki in front of his father. And I don't know if you saw, but there are a lot of images online of this same pose of a defeated villain and Luffy in front of it. There's a picture of Katakuri and Luffy with this same pose that Loki has with his father. It's interesting. Also, there are people making fun of Harold, and they have like um, pictures of Gojo and Gojo's half body, like his legs standing. That shit is sick, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. So in this video, you guys are probably seeing Bum Harold on the ground and Loki mourning him. Yeah, I mean, I call it the Bum Harold look for me. That's what I thought of. When I saw him on the ground, I was like, look at this bum, bro. This fucking this bum right here, man. Yeah, but like, rest in peace to a real one, bro. Harold, you stupid, but you had, you know, you were stupid in the right ways. That's the only thing I can say about Harold. You were stupid for the right reasons, and now you're dead. So,
Listen, man. All I can say is, I just really wish that Harold chose rocks over the world government. That would have been the precedent. That's like the first time in One Piece history we would have had a Yonko alliance. That's like the first precedent that we had for it before it even became something that happened later on in life. And Harold decided, I'll just roll around with the world government. And that's like, damn, dude. You could have really changed history in a lot of different ways. Go ahead.
and I feel like there's also a pattern, like a parallel between like Roger and Rocks, where they had the right ideas, but it was like too early. Like,
Too early, yeah.
and even Rocks, like Loki was in front of you this whole time, right? The one person who was gonna take that devil fruit, who had the power, who probably is this person you're thinking of, you just beat the crap out of this little kid. You're like, man, I'm not messing with you. And
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Like, I still feel like Loki's role in all of this is I can't really say. Like, he's a weird character, right? He exists on like a thin line between fate, I would say. Um,
Fate and Destiny.
yeah, like he exists in a way where he definitely has his own free will, and it's really up to him. He has the power. Like what we see later on, like that's a bad mamma jamma. I mean, so yeah, man.
So that was that. Loki's mourning his father. On the next page, it's Emu talking to the Gorosei. And he was saying that was an exceedingly rare ancient giant warrior, given even greater power in an immortal body. That was nothing short of a monster. And thou sayest it was killed? By whom? What is an Elbaf? We shall have it investigated. Harold's abyss in Elbaf remains intact. Enough. It will only be the death of more knights. Performing the covenant inflicts a cost upon Mu as well. And he's like, huffing and puffing. He's talking about little cousin, and he says that he thinks that Emu, when he makes someone a holy knight or he grants out his powers, if that person or when that person is defeated, it does take a heavy toll on them. Which I think adds up. We saw that with Summers, and Summers was defeated by Gabon, and Emu immediately took control over Gunko.
Yeah.
But I want to say in the arc before that, all the Gorosei when that hockey knot was used, the Gorosei all flew back or went back to Marijois, and Emu was not having it. Emu was really like huffing and puffing then, so I think that's something we need to definitely pay attention to.
I'm gonna say it again. I'm a coin this term. The emu juice is finite, okay? The emu juices are finite, okay? He can't keep squeezing, man. He's like an orange, you know. There's only a certain amount of squeeze you can get out of emu, and I definitely think he is definitely it puts into question like how we're gonna defeat him, because I think whatever he's been doing has something to do with his devil fruit. He's extending his spirit, soul, or something. And
Yeah.
whatever that ability is, that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever Ragnar did to Harold is essential to understanding Emu's power. Because those are, like, part and parcel at this point.
I think you have to kill a god knight. That's what it seems like so far.
Yeah. Oh, you have to kill all of them, presumably.
Yeah, I think the second that you kill one, severely it severely damages Emu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It's also another parallel. Like, I would say Emu has... He seems like the most devil fruit looking character. Like, the most dark. He's shaded in darkness. Or basically, I think he may just be black. We don't really... I don't think he has a face. But it's very... I always thought of Robin's devil fruit. With, like...
The hands?
Yeah, you heard her hands as she actually feels it. Same thing, you know, which I appreciate. It's a little bit of balancing. He's not like as overpowered as we anticipated.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree. I think the second that you kill, like, I don't know how all of them will get killed. If all of them will get killed, but I do think you kill. It's like a satellite. It's like a satellite. Like, I don't know if you kill one of those, they kind of like. Oh, it's like a shadow clone. It's like a shadow clone. You put chakra, or you divide your chakra to as many clones as you have, but still, like, you're going to be depleted of chakra. So
also, there's one thing that made apparent too. Like, we assume that Emu is aware of what all the God Knights are doing, but one thing that I want to highlight, Emu mentions that he doesn't know how Harold dies. He's confused. So, like, I'm guessing he cannot see in their eyes or, like, hear what they're saying unless he actually takes remote control over them as well. Because he doesn't know exactly what happened to Harold. Because he's like, how did he die? What is on that island? Like, he's confused.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he is. He is. Another thing I'd like to add, I've been suspicious of Shanks for a minute now, and I've been saying this, but this is the biggest reason why I think Shanks is someone that we need to be paying attention to. We already know his Shanks has his ties to Marijois and stuff like that, but it's really after he defeats Loki at sea and he brings him to Elbaf. I think Shanks bringing Loki to Elbaf is a really, really bad thing. Not because Elbaf is a bad place, but Elbaf has already been contaminated. That abyss mark, that abyss teleportation thing, is what is used by the Holy Knights to go to and from wherever they want to go to come to Elbaf. Point being, in today's current time, when you read this arc, Shamrock and Gulko come through that portal and basically go to the underworld and absolutely do their hardest to interrogate, beat up, and harm Loki.
Yep.
Like, that happened because Shanks decided to, I don't know, be aligned with the world government, seem complicit with the world government, but he brought him to a place where the Holy Knights could still get Loki. That's not a good look, Shanks. It's not a good look at all.
And I think one thing that's, I don't know if it's like a plot inconsistency or maybe just shows how desperate Emu is. Because Emu mentions, like, yeah, we should not associate with the Giants again. And he says, Elbaf is D, which is like,
yeah,
Oda, when you gonna let us know what the D is, man?
Yeah.
Come on, just drop it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it's a misnomer at this point. I don't really feel anything when you mention this person.
Bro, when I read this, I just was like, nice, and turned the page. I was like, cool. That's what's up. That
Yeah.
is what's up.
But I think it's interesting that, so for one, I'm assuming they know that Loki killed Harold because that's like what the rumors are. They have spies on Elbaf. It makes me very interested in Shamrock because Shamrock was not scared, and Shamrock even said, "When you get out, come find me," which is, I'm not to say like he's scaled higher than Harold, but
When
it's,
you said Shamrock said, "Come find me," what was this?
you remember when Shamrock stabbed him, right? And then Loki was like, "When I get out of here, I'm gonna kill you." And then Shamrock was like, "I'll look forward to it. I'll be waiting for you." Is that his celestial dragon ignorance that makes him think he is on Harold's level? Like, is he just like his dad, where his dad was just overly cocky and he was fodder? Or is Shamrock actually like one of the few God Knights who has Conqueror's Haki? Because we know they inherited it from their mom. They didn't inherit it from their dad, the bum dad. But like, um, I don't know. Shamrock, very interesting for me. Very interesting. Because I'm
I gotta find that chapter
yeah,
that he says that because I know what you're talking. I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
And he does say something like, he does say something along those lines, like, well, let me see. Well, I mean, it's what 11:37 now. It's 11:38.
Loki ends up getting knocked out later, and he threatens him. And then Shamrock's like, "All right, I'll be waiting for you." Unless that was like a
That's just
different
like,
translation.
I think that might have been TCB.
Aw.
Yeah, I was looking at that the other day because I think it was Superior IQ. I was
Mm,
looking at that panel and I was like, that's not what says in the official
dang.
chapter you are referencing. That was 11:38. Royal.
Okay. But yeah, I'm guessing like, I don't know. Like I feel like now, since the our dog is out, it's about to get real wicked up there. Them God Knights, they gonna need to bring more. They gonna need to bring some more people at this point. Emu's about to taste that Ragnar. He's about to taste it. He gonna figure out what happened. Hey.
Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen up there. I think that it definitely looks as though, or seems as though Loki's definitely like not at 100%. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the next chapter Loki's already huffing and puffing because he sustained injuries, his sustained injuries, or I just took a lot out of him that he didn't expect to.
Yeah, they definitely gotta nerf him. And Loki, what happens next? Loki says, um, he's about to go out to sea.
um, they're all, they're all. It's everyone in the throne room. Yarl, some of the guards, Shank, Hingaban, and he's just saying like, "Hey guys, listen closely. Like, let's not talk about what happened here. I just want to keep silent on this matter. Like, I just want to respect my father's wishes." Blah blah blah. Like, matter of fact, I know my father wanted the truth to come out, but that's not who I am, and I want to respect my father in my own way. So let's just like not speak about what happened here. And then you know, Yarl's like, "Oh, they're gonna blame you." You know, Loki's like, "That's fine" or whatever. And Loki basically says, "I'll take the powers I have and go avenge my dad, his soldiers." And they're like, "You're talking nonsense. The world government is a colossal organization. It's a task far beyond anything you can manage." And we get a panel of Gabon and Shanks just looking kind of steely eyed and just, I don't know.
Yeah, I
They
think
look
it's
kind of ominous.
it's a few things, right? So I know Gabon has future sight. This could be them having a future sight vision of like maybe something's off, or maybe when he says I'm gonna tackle the world government, Shanks looks like he's mad. So Shanks looks like he agrees, but also I think Shanks has a level of guilt right now. Shanks was too late to save Harold. I can't see him letting Loki do that. I feel like he's gonna have like a weird. His perception is like, okay, I was too late to save Harold. I'm not gonna let you just like waste this power that your dad sacrificed his life for. for you to get your get back. Like you're not, like he Shanks of all people understands the power of the world government, and he's gonna be aware. Like even if Loki is quote unquote this strong, Shanks has seen the pinnacle of strength in like Roger and them, and see how even they end up meeting their demise to the world government. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's maybe them like questioning. I think it's Gabon specifically. I feel like Gabon is withholding. Gabon knows more out of all the characters right now in this room than anyone else. He has way too much information. And he's not a person who's gonna like be explicit as we've seen. Like he doesn't just tell anyone what he knows. So I don't know. I think it's definitely they're definitely from what I assume, they don't agree with what Loki's doing. They think it's not the right like the thing they're doing Loki's doing is correct, but the timing is off. And I feel like with Gabon and Shanks and a lot of the old Roger crew, they are very focused on timing more so than getting results done. Versus someone like a Loki or a Luffy who's just like, I'm gonna do it now. Like, what are we waiting?
Which I think is part of the problem. Me and you had a conversation about this in the past, but we both agree that Shanks is just a little too conservative, whereas someone like Loki is very radical. Someone like Blackbeard is very radical. They need change yesterday because they're not up in the world. They need things to be better for them now. They are way too close to the world's problems that they need change. Where someone like Shanks, he's not. He was very much insulated by like privilege and a lot of these things when he went up to Marie-Joie. Change is something that he doesn't need immediately, right? Equally, you said that Roger. Well, I think that we both agree that Rox is probably the strongest pirate out there until we get any more evidence on somebody like Joy Boy. But Rox was one of the world's strongest pirates who died at the hands of the world government, like at God Valley. Um, I don't think that what Roger saw, even when he went to the Laugh Tale, was something that scared him so much. As a matter of fact, what happened at Laugh Tale is like something that informed Roger to like try to basically create Joy Boy himself. He wanted to make Ace Joy Boy or something like that, right? And Roger disbanded his pirates and ended up giving himself over to the world government because he was basically like, I can't control shit. Basically, I don't have anything in my hands. It's just going to be up to timing. Like there's nothing else I can do because I did everything that I could do.
Yeah.
But after that, it's crazy because it seems to me that everyone else starts fixating on timing in the future.
Yeah.
Roger was just kind of like, hey, bro, things are going to happen and things are just going to happen. Regardless, we did what we had to do. I'm disbanding the crew. It is what it is. But it's Shanks. I can't really speak on Gabon, but it's Shanks who's like starts low-key tweaking. He don't want to team up with Buggy. Buggy's like, what? This man runs into Blackbeard. This man goes up to Marie-Joie. This man, it's actually crazy. You would think that Shanks, who knew Harold because he was a red-haired pirate and knew Harold because he was also a holy knight, you would think seeing this guy's death in his castle, in his homeland, to his own son, what would be the catalyst for Shanks to do even more, I don't know, radical things, but no. Matter of fact, he's just kind of upset that Loki wants to go and avenge his father. That doesn't sound like the right course of action. But on top of that, it's not until a year later after this that the most radical thing Shanks ever does is steal the Nika fruit from Who's Who. So I don't know. I think the only thing that seemed really, really radical in Shanks' life is stealing the Nika fruit from Who's Who, that CP shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, Shanks is just someone who's just kind of like, I don't know. I think he can wait for change, whereas other people can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Harold is somebody who is very integral to everyone's story, and he was like, I'm not going to do anything about it. So
I feel like one thing too, Shanks is definitely. I think before he met Luffy, he definitely had a plan. Like he was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this island. I know where Garp one of Garp's kids is supposed to be Roger's son. I'm gonna give him this devil fruit. I think Luffy was the one who kind of pushed everything to where he just kind of started going with fate at that point. Um, and I think that was like probably the first time he actually betted was when Luffy just took the devil fruit, you know?
Yeah, that's the first time things weren't in his control.
Yep.
The first time.
But yeah, so then after that, um, we leave the
We're
flashback.
out of the flashback. Yep.
And of course, I predicted this. Harold's freaking Harden's doing the shadowy face with his eyes, and I get this bum out of here, man. Get this. I feel like the rest of the chapter isn't. You don't have to really have to go through. It's just kind of what you expect. Like it's all of them kind of talking more about, you know, Harden is like, okay, I understand. Loki's a little bit sad about it. Gabon though, it seems like Gabon knows still way more stuff. I think at some point Gabon says, if you want to know more, the Gods Knights have more history with your father, like they know more detail about what could happen or something like that.
Oh, the I think the New Giant War pirates are like, if you need more details, I can explain.
Yeah. But at that point, of course, like they don't really need explanation. They just need to save their country. Like we
Yeah.
waited like a couple months. Okay, we need to, you know, we need to pick up this pace begrudgingly. I don't know if we talked about this at. So when they're getting ready to go up, Gabon goes with Sanji and Chopper up to the top with everyone.
hmm
One thing that happens though, before the Draugr comes down, Loki's already looking in that direction. Before anyone
Oh,
else
really?
notices. Yes, that's one thing. He's already staring in the direction before it falls.
Oh yeah, it's just, yeah. It's like roaring.
So his future sight, I feel like that's maybe his future sight as well though, because everyone else wasn't really like paying attention, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And on the next page, we see the Draugr, and it's gigantic.
Yes.
And this is the everyone's headed upstairs or headed up to the other to the sun realm, I think it is.
Hmm.
And Loki said, "Sounds like the perfect warm up. You go on ahead. I can fly up." Now, a lot of people have theorized or thought that Loki's got like a dragon fruit or something like that can make him fly. But as you see in the next chapter, or at the end of this chapter, Loki, Ragnar, also has the ability to use ice. Right. So far, if Ragnar is the one who has these elemental abilities, he's been able to use lightning, he's been able to use ice. I wonder if Ragnar is kind of like Thor's hammer, and I don't know, he might have a wind ability, or Loki can use it to fly as well. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a Thor thing. I feel like I can imagine him just like swinging the hammer up and him flying up. Um, I feel like Luffy too. I appreciate Luffy's character because Luffy. I feel like Luffy is kind of like a self insert of the audience at this point, where like, because he's on Loki's shoulder, and Loki's like, "Yo, what are you
hmm
doing here?" He's like, "I'm ready to see you fight. I'm trying to see your
Yeah,
power." So immediately goes in and frees him, which is again, I don't know what abilities. Maybe I need to like go into Norse mythology a lot more to understand Ragnar a lot more, but I don't think that's supposed to be in his ability kit to have lightning,
yeah.
presumably fly, ice. Didn't you say you had an idea with that ice thing as well with the Gali Rada pirates?
Oh, all I was just saying is just that, like, I think Loki is just too dynamic of a character to stay in one place. Like Loki, the only reason why Loki stayed in Elbaf is because he was imprisoned. But I was just saying that I do think that um, Loki seems to be a leader, and I just do think that if he was to lead a group, it might be those Galileo pirates if they're frozen under Punk Hazard or near Punk Hazard.
Think. Do you have any theories about what's gonna happen next year?
Let's see. Do I have any predictions? Um, I don't think I really have any predictions. I really don't. I do know in the next chapter we're on break for a little while too. We don't get another chapter until February 1st. But do I don't know. I don't think I really have any predictions. Yeah, I don't think I have anything too crazy going on. What about you?
I feel like I just have mostly questions. So I have questions about Shamrock's relationship with Harold. Um, why did he want to see Harold's grave, or why would he look kind of
Oh,
solemn?
yeah. So I was just looking at that. So right, I personally think it's just Summers being sarcastic. Personally, that's what I think because as you can see, this chapter we see Harold's dead body, right? But I think this is when Summers first comes to the Bismarck, and he's basically chewing out Gungo because he's trying to put on his clothes. But he's like, so what's the situation in the mission? What were you doing in this unaffiliated country? Paying a visit to Harold's grave? We all know that Harold's dead. Matter of fact, everybody knows that Harold's dead because like Loki killed him, and like Emu was like, bro, I'm not sending shit else to Elbath because they used to be aligned with the D, like all this, that, and the fourth. I don't know what's in Elbath, but I don't want to do anything with Elbath. So I personally just think that he was just being sarcastic.
Hmm.
Being sarcastic. Because another thing, when Summers says like, "What are you doing here in Elbath?" Shamrock wasn't there long. Shamrock and Google had literally just got there like earlier that day. They were there. If he answered truthfully, he would probably just been like, "Oh, I was trying to recruit Loki." That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to recruit Loki. Um, he was trying to secure whatever devil fruit Loki has, and probably Ragnar.
Which they still don't know. I don't think they know the full details about either, though. That's why I say it's. They know he killed him, but they don't know exactly how. They don't know the devil fruit. Um, but he was at sea though, so maybe they got information then. Then I have a question of like, where are Loki's soldiers? So he went out to sea with soldiers. Were they down there?
Yeah, I thought those were those. I thought that they were those guys who smelled really bad.
Okay. No one questioned or interrogated these guys. By the way, these guys aren't even in chains. Um, and then I feel like this is like a long term prediction for me, but I think Harden's gonna be king of Elbath.
Yeah,
Um,
I could see that. I think the writing's on the wall with that one.
yeah, Loki. I only thing I can say that Loki will do is either go to like the heaven realm on the island and beat the shit out of the elders, maybe kill them, and be like, Harden, you gonna have to be clean or something. So he's gonna leave in like he's still gonna leave Elbath a villain, and he's probably gonna either join Vegapunk.
Actually, but how does that make? I mean, maybe to. I don't know if he will leave Elbath a villain because everyone knows the truth now. Like at the end of this chapter, everyone who's important knows the truth. Matter of fact, not only does everyone important know the truth, everyone who knew the truth but didn't speak about it knew that Loki was a hero as well. So I just think that like Loki's probably gonna leave because he's just like I can't have Loki like Loki. Loki actually really enjoys probably having that edge on him. I think he probably would like to leave Elbaf because he doesn't want people thinking that he's a nice, kind guy.
Yeah,
Like he's very protective of that side of him.
I think it's a parallel to like how Luffy is sometimes, where like Luffy leaves islands and he doesn't like when people call him a hero. I think Loki's
Yeah,
gonna lead the same way. I don't think everyone on the island is gonna know the truth. I only think whoever is a part of the New Giant Warriors, they already know. They'll see maybe Loki like defeat people, but I feel like it's still gonna be like well known. Like, okay, Loki, he's evil, and maybe like kind of ironic though. Like, yeah, you're a villain or whatever. But then they're probably gonna be happy that he's leaving though. Loki, like, good job or something. But I can't see him staying on Elbaf.
Yeah,
Loki
same.
has to leave, and I don't know if he's gonna join the Straw Hats. I think if he does join the Straw Hats, he's got to have a shape-shifting ability to where he can change his size. That's a little too much, though. But that's my prediction.
I really would like for him to join the Straw Hats, but I don't know. I think that Loki's just a little too troubled and a little too close to like really bad things that happen because of the world government that he probably wouldn't choose um, Luffy and his crew. Like Luffy's all about liberation, like freeing people from chains, right? And I feel like Blackbeard is the type of person who's like, I will destroy the system that even put you in the chains in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that something as simple as even like their relationship with Shanks, Blackbeard's relationship with Shanks, and Luffy's relationship with Shanks, I think that Loki would definitely. He might not even like. I don't think he would even like Blackbeard, but I do think that like the fact that Luffy is like Shanks is the coolest person in the world. Shanks is set in fourth and Luffy's like that nigga is not who you think he is. And I think that Loki is definitely like, yeah, thanks for freeing me, but I'm probably not gonna rock with y'all. I mean, uh, Blackbeard is the son of Rock, person who died to Garling, right? Garling and the Holy Knights. But on top of that, I do think that like even if Luffy is Nika, like a liberator Nika, right?
Yeah.
And Rox thought that Loki thought that Rox was Nika as well. I think if he met his son, I just think out of maybe even loyalty to or just love for his father, he would align himself with Blackbeard. Personally. Like Bonnie, right? Bonnie is somebody who I think fundamentally, I think that Luffy is somebody who would forgive a celestial dragon, and I think Blackbeard is somebody who would not. And I think Loki would be like, bro, I don't have no love for celestial dragons. Personally, that's what I think. I think that would be the only reason why he would align himself with Blackbeard over Luffy.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I feel like this arc is one that um, I can't predict what happens next. I think it's a lot of variables that are in play right now. We still got the Gonko backstory with Brooke. We got Emo kind of on the island. We got overpower Loki. How are you gonna like add conflict to the story if you have an overpowered character? I hope Oda doesn't do the meme where he gets Domi reversied and we just have to fight like a super overpowered Loki, but we'll see. But overall,
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I don't know how much I don't know. We'll have to see how things develop. Because I really wouldn't like that to happen.
I
And get
think that
done
would be
for
like
everybody.
the worst. I think it would be like a thing like, come
Yeah,
on, Oda, like
yeah. OP,
let's stop. Let's stop, Oda.
OP.
So we'll see. But yeah, break week happens. So we got another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Um, yeah. Why does it say February 14th on this thing? No, February 1st. I'm blind.
February 1st.
So
Bro, if it was February 14th, I might low key drop One Piece.
yeah, let's Oda get his health in. I'm gonna need the next chapter to be fire. Okay. I'm gonna need Oda. You need to pick up your fighting style. Okay. It's a lot of clash piece right now. Okay. You know. But, we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah.
Yeah, to the next one.